Welcome back, everybody. We are right in the middle of making our first blog post, and I think this would be extremely boring if you watched me just type in a whole bunch of blog post stuff. And the fact is, all of this stuff is kind of personal. So rather than do that, what we're going to do is we're going to play with a few of the elements that are available, and I may or may not use these things in my permanent site, but I just want you to know that they're available. So the first thing I want you to be aware of is this. So when I drag this down and look at the home page, you will see that we have this wireless game show buzzer, and then we have this lorem ipsum dolor thing. So what we're going to do is we are going to come in here and edit this page, not the home page. We're going to edit the post, and you'll see right here we have lorem ipsum dolor. Now I want to show you something. If I change this to dolor 2 and I change this to dolor 3 and save the page or save the post and then update it, when I come back here and refresh, you'll notice that this has not changed. You don't see ipsum 2 or ipsum 3 anywhere around. When I click on this, you'll see that it's changed here and here, but it hasn't changed on the home page. So why is that? That is because this is what they call an excerpt, and it is automatically generated by WordPress. So what you would want to do for that is come back here to the screen options, and you want to enable the excerpt thing so you can see that. And then I think I'm gonna have to update the page. I'm gonna update, and then you will notice that down, let's see, where is it gonna be? Down here you have the excerpt. So I can say build an amazing wireless game show buzzer in about an hour. Okay, now when I save that, I sort of have my excerpt done. And I think the way it works, it basically takes the first 55 words or so of the post, and so we may play around with that a little bit to keep all these the same length and stuff like that, but that is where that's coming from, and that's not obvious. So that tip is worth the cost of the course right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back here to edit the page, and we're not going to spend a lot of time trying to make content, but what we'll do is we will say, let's sort of make this a title instead of this weird quote here. So we are going to say wireless game show. Let's just do game show. And I never know if I should make game show one word or two, but there we go. So we have that. Now if we update this, we will see that we've changed that up to the top to say wireless game show buzzer. And then we have some content here. I'm going to get rid of their lorem ipsum, and I'm going to do. So to generate my content, I don't ever use lorem ipsum. I use hipster ipsum. So you can come in here and I say I want 2 paragraphs, and we are going to, actually we're going to go back and we're going to do one thing. We're going to say don't start it with lorem ipsum. And so we have this single origin coffee authentic, so we're able to generate our own lorem ipsum type text. I will come back and make all that work a little bit more later. So we're just going to come in and we're going to paste this text here. So let's leave that one there. And we're going to put these in paragraph tags. So let's leave this stuff. So what you're going to see, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see, there's these little divider heights. We're going to leave those. So I'm going to drag this and make it bigger. I do that all the time. So what we want to do is we want to wrap each of these in paragraph tags. So we're going to highlight this and do paragraph. We're going to highlight this and do paragraph. And I'm just going to put detailed instructions like that. So now we've changed our text but kept that nice formatting. And the divider height in this situation is just giving us this little space here. So I've made my own content and all that stuff. So that's there. But now I feel like this needs a little something, and I don't exactly know how I'm going to do this going forward, but let's play around with this. So we have, right now over here, we have just this space. And so what if we were to delete that? And what if we were to put a couple little widgets? So let's look at this. Let's look at, let's make this one, and let's come back to 1/5 of a page, because that's what the other one was. And we're going to say approximate time. And let's see if there's a clock in here or something like that, or an hourglass or something. Oh, there's a watch. That'll work. And then we will say, actually, let's do it this way. Prefix approximate time, and then we're going to say 60, and then we're going to say mins, like that. And save the page and update it. And now we have this little widget that says approximate time 60 minutes. So I don't really like the way that looks. So what we could do is change it this way to say, let's move this to the title. I do that all the time. So I click off the thing. So we're going to come up here, approximate time. And now this is interesting. So this is clock icon clock line. So all right, that's fine. So we're going to come down here and we're going to save that, and we're going to update it, and it's still going to overlap. So 60 minutes approximate time. I'm not totally in love, but don't hate it either. So we have approximate time 60 minutes, and then let's look at what other widgets we could possibly use. Let's try this one. And what we would do is come right here. So maybe in this situation, because we want to keep all these things in the left, what we would do is add another wrap right here, which probably popped down to the bottom. So we would add a wrap here, and we would make this one 1/4 of the page. And so we're going to put this here, except now we need to expand this out. So we're going to make this take up basically 100% of 1/4 of the page. And we're going to add this one in here, and we're going to make this take up 100% of 1/4 of the page. And then this one is going to drop down to being 3/4 of the page. Right there, or right there. And we're going to make this take up 100% of 3/4 of the page. So if you can see what we did here, and in fact, we can even add a divider here to kind of keep these things lined up. So we're going to grab this and put it between these to make sure this stuff kind of always stays above the other one. So right now we'll do an icon box, and we will type in skill level. And let's see here. Let's see if we can put something here. Again, we may, maybe we could do it this way. Come down here, let's make this as an H5, and we're going to put novice. Now I have no idea what this is going to look like, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's save the page. Skill level novice. So I like it. So we could come in here and we can kind of use these little battery indicators. We could have beginner and all that kind of stuff. And they, it moves a little bit, and we could continue to add little widgets around the page and all that. But we're getting somewhere with that. So now these pictures, eventually I may want to do something with these pictures, but right now I don't have photos to put in there. So what I'm going to do is look right here, and is this just one image? That's just one image. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to delete that. And then we have this other thing down here, which is just some extra text. And so there's nothing really special about that. I don't see anything special about that. No particular reason to keep that. Which if we don't keep that, that means that we can get rid of this little divider here and update the page. And our blog post is a lot simpler, but it's there, it's all our content, and well, other than the hipster ipsum. So that is the basics of making a post. Now again, I'd encourage you to continue to play around with those little widgets, figure out what works for you. You might want to, maybe we want to put a title in here, maybe we want to get rid of this altogether. I'm not 100% sure I like that, but you can see it's starting to take shape. So what is this thing down here? Let's take a look at this. We have another minute or two. So this looks like a widget, and that seems to be on every page because I didn't do anything specifically to put it on that page. So let's read that text one more time. That's another lorem ipsum down there. So let's go to our dashboard, and we will go to, I believe it's appearance and widgets. There it is. And we're going to see that in the footer here, we have this custom HTML, and you have that lorem ipsum there, and I don't like that. So what we may do, I'm going to leave that logo there because we may decide to put our own logo there. And I'm just going to put build something today and just save the page there. So I just wanted you to kind of see where that's at. And so now when we refresh the page, we'll have a little build something today, and we can put something better down there. We can change that image. But our blog is starting to take shape. We've got a blog post, and yeah, so start playing around and come back to me in the next video after you've tweaked and made things the way that you want them. Thanks for watching.